Hey everyone, welcome back. So as promised, we're going to talk about the Cognex HMI. So these are kind of the older model of the HMI. In fact, I wonder if it tells me. Yep, these are the VisionView 700s. Now, I believe they came out with 1,000 and they're probably up to a 1,200 now by now. I don't know. Talks about it right here where the pinout is. See if I can kind of show you that a little better. Okay, so that being said, these are obsolete. Let's just have that conversation right now, okay? You're going to still find a lot of these on the factory floor. Too many of them, actually, as far as I'm concerned. They still work great. They worked great then. They still work great now. So why would we upgrade them? Well, that's why. Because they're expensive and they still work fine. Okay? So, let's have the conversation. These have their own firmware, they have their own software, and they have their ability to control up to 4 vision sensors. Now, are they actually controlling the vision sensors? The answer to that is no, not really, and not technically. However, they are still communicating with all 4 of these vision sensors, and this is almost working like a PC in a sense, talking to these sensors, showing and displaying what they're seeing, and giving us the opportunity to kind of manipulate some things within the camera program as we design within the camera itself. The newer models, the 1000s, and like I said, if they've come out with a 1200 by now, but my experience in the industry, they have that VisionView 1000 series. That one allows us to do so much more. We can almost run that like a PC, but without actually having a PC system. So, a little bit newer benefits of the newer systems, but still maintain a lot of the old school functionality of these older controllers here. Now, let's briefly talk about this. So, back here on the back side, okay, you're going to have your on and off switch, right? So, if you have to reset it for some reason, it froze up, whatever that might be, just turn it on, turn it off, whatever. Power, DC 24 volts DC. Okay, using 2 amps, class 2 wiring. Touchscreen, which is a huge benefit, does have a little bit of a light here, so if you're using one dedicated, you could have like green, red, and then a flash green, red, depending on whether it's good or bad, whatever. This particular one's been around for a while, so I think the light's kind of either dimmed out or shorted out, whatever that might be. Again, touchscreen, you can buy a little screen protector for it. Obviously this one has not. The wire kind of cuts back here because there are 2 mounting screws up here. There actually are mounting forks that hook in the side, and then you put a little screw in here so that you could mount this flush inside of a cabinet door or something like that, or an HMI operator terminal. Okay, those are kind of the big benefits there. Now on the back side here, you have a LAN connection so that you can connect into your computer network, if you will. You can connect into your PLC network, whatever that might be. So you can connect into any type of network that you want. And yeah, even though it says LAN, you could technically wire it into a WAN, but that has to go through its routing and switching, and that's a whole IT animal on itself. So technically we're going to call that our machine's local area network, or LAN. Then we'll have Vision 1, Vision 2, Vision 3, or Vision 4. Now you can have just one, that's fine. You don't have to have 4 of them, and you can plug it into any of those ports that you want to, doesn't matter. They all have the ability to have power over Ethernet injection into it. And then you're going to have USB connections. So, you want to connect a mouse, keyboard, whatever that might be. Maybe you have this going on for some kind of specialized inspection and you need to have like an operator know how to run that with a mouse and keyboard. You have the ability to have 3 USB connections. You can also tie in a USB flash drive for use of data gathering or image backups or something along those lines that you need to push onto your camera or pull from your camera, whatever that might be. You do have that feature and that ability. Huge benefit, huge change in the market, absolutely wonderful thing that came about, especially from the old school Cognex checker systems. This was the Cadillac right here. Now, is it still the Cadillac? Yeah, for the most part in the industry. For the old school stuff that's still on the factory floor, this is still the Cadillac. However, the new stuff that's coming out now is definitely a definite change and is the Cadillac now. So, this is like driving the 1990s Cadillac right here. However, I think this was made in the early 2000s. So, think of it as the early 2000s Cadillac, and you're still driving it. Because it still works, and it still functions just the way it did when you bought it. So, definite game changer. Huge asset, huge tool to use, especially for us technicians that have to work on this, or the engineers that have to program it as well. So, take it as you will. Personally, me, if I had the option for every camera out there, I would either connect all 4 cameras that are on the same network, or I would use this for every single camera that I could, just because of the benefit that I have of being able to see what the camera sees. Because that, honestly, to me is the biggest thing, is operations wants to know what the camera's seeing. As the technician and as the engineer, I want to know what the camera sees. We all want to know what the camera sees. This gave us that option without having to go get a computer every time. Can you get this kind of software that's on the 1000 series systems now and put it on a computer? Yes, you can. You can buy the VisionView Pro software from Cognex, and you can install that on a PC now, and you can have, I think, up to 10 cameras now on that PC connected to it. So there are benefits to the new systems. It gets away from this, but realistically, the software versus this is about the same cost. So you're not really saving a lot of money. I think it's like a $500 savings compared to what it is. So it's your choice on how much you want to save, but those are the options that you have. So anyway, that's all I have for that. In another video, we'll connect this to a camera so we can see what the camera sees. So thank you all for watching.